Hello, and welcome to the Fantasy Football Quarterfinals of the LCDM Football League preview. We're going to take a quick look back at the matchups between these four teams and to give us an idea of what's going to happen here forward. First up, we'll be looking at the matchup between the Vatican Radicals and Zachary's Ball Deep. We look back at their previous matchup, was all the way back in week 5. Ball Deep did get the victory over Vatican Radicals on his 2-game win streak to put him to 3-2 on the season, 170 to 134. This was done also, interestingly, in classic Ball Deep fashion, with Geno Smith on bye, Javonte Williams getting a did not play, and T. Higgins being out with injury. So 3 men out, and he still puts up a $170. That has just been how it has been for the Cinderella story of Ball Deep. We look to the next matchup between these two teams, which is only just back in week 12 here, and Vatican Radicals get the victory, 160 to 152. Finding a way to win there, Devontae Smith leads the way for the Vatican Radicals at 25.6 points. And now, here we are, looking into the all-important playoff matchup. The projections are within 5 points, 159 for Vatican Radicals, 155 for Ball Deep. Ball Deep does not have any players on bye in his lineup, so that's a good thing. Already has 14.7 from Deontay Johnson, who had a good game against the Patriots on Thursday night. He will be hoping that Tua can continue to have a great game, great season, great game. Geno Smith, but mostly he's led by the combination of Stephon Diggs and A.J. Brown, who are top 5 receivers in fantasy for the year. Meanwhile, the Vatican Radicals, hoping to continue their great run they had last year all the way to the finals here at the 4 seed, are going to be hoping that Justin Herbert, 7th-ranked quarterback so far in fantasy, Derrick Henry, 6th-ranked running back, and surprise, but maybe not to Reggie, but surprise to everybody else, 7th-ranked wide receiver Mike Evans leading the charge for the Vatican Radicals. It should be a barn burner here, and we'll have to see. Does the Cinderella story continue for Zachary's Ball Deep, or does Reggie's Vatican Radicals baptize yet another convert? Looking into the next matchup here, we have a rivalry matchup, one of the most storied matchups in this league. Purple People Eaters versus Mean Machine, Adge versus Matt. We have to go all the way back to week 1 of this season to when these first teams first fought. It was 133 to 126 in favor of Adge. Pretty ugly game there, not very high scoring, led by 24 points for Michael Pittman for Adge to be the difference maker there. Dak Prescott only with the 6.3 rating for Matt's Mean Machine, which, as you see as the season will go on, that trend will definitely reverse. Meanwhile, they go back to week 8 for their second matchup. Mean Machine, mind you, was at 2-6 record at this time. Adge was at 4-4, so at 5 seeds, still pretty solid there. But at this point, for Matt to make the playoffs, he really had to, basically win out and hope for some help. But he did win today. He won that day. It was Mean Machine 194 to Purple People Eaters 170. Led by an excellent performance from, guess who? Dak Prescott with 35 points, 304 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Leads him to the victory. And as we look into the matchup today, Matt actually favored by 14 points here going into the playoff matchup. 165 for Matt, 151 for Adge. And take a look at Adge's roster. I mean, Purple People Eaters is an apt name for this matchup because it might as well be the Purple People Zombies, because he has Kyler Murray on bye, Isaiah Pacheco out with injury, Brian Robinson out on bye, and then Tank Dell on the IR. So it's the Walking Dead here. He's trotting out Jared Goff, who's hoping to get back on track. Will Levis, his own hometown hero here, the homer pick, I would say. And then he's got Trooper Hubbard here trying to get some points on him. Was just riddled with injuries. Pacheco would obviously have that spot if he was available. Meanwhile, Mean Machine looks like they're rounding into form. Winners of 4 straight. to end up with a 6-7 record. Dak Prescott, one of the best fantasy football quarterbacks in the league. I think his overall rank is third. He is the third best fantasy football quarterback this year. Lamar Jackson, 11th. Travis Etienne, third best fantasy running back this year. Kyron Williams, 11th best fantasy running back. Jamar Chase, 4th best wide receiver. And then DK Metcalf, only 21st ranked because he hasn't really had that great of a season, but, he produces what he did last week. Whew, look out. As this should be another firecracker matchup. If there was one team that I would think that could come back from the dead here, looking like they should take the loss, it would be the Purple People Eaters, because they have just shown time and time again they can get some victories out of nowhere. But best of luck to all the teams today, and we'll see what happens.